How do I get a food import license in the UK? Well, if you're looking to start a food business importing food directly into the UK, you're going to need to know the steps and processes. So in this video from Marketing Food Online UK, we are going to break down the specific steps you need to know. As a matter of fact, it's 9 specific steps to get started importing food. Step number 1. All right, so step number 1 is understand what you're importing. Now, before doing anything, identify the type of food you're importing. This matters because different rules apply depending on whether it's actually the following: animal origin, like meats, cheeses, dairy, eggs, or seafood. If it's plant origin, like fruits, vegetables, and grains. Composite products, it's known as, which is foods containing both animal and plant ingredients, like, let's say, pizza or sandwiches. High-risk food not of animal origin. Some of these categories actually require pre-approval health certificates or specific port entry points. Now, step 2, register your food business. Now, before you can actually legally import food into the UK, you must do the following. You need to register your food business with your local council at least 28 days prior to you starting operations. Now, this is required under the UK food law and actually applies whether you're importing, storing, selling, or distributing food. Step number 3, get a EORI number. Now, that's an Economic Operator Registration and Identification number. Now, to import food or any foods into the UK, you must have an EORI number that actually starts with GB. Now, in order for you to do this, you will need a UK business address and a VAT registration number. That's a value-added tax registration number if it's applicable to the food you're making. Now, step number 4, determine if you need an import license. Now, not all foods actually require a license, but some do, especially those considered at high risk. Now, these would include the following: dairy and meat products. Now, certain fish and shellfish, products from countries with food safety concerns, those would actually be on a checklist. I'll have that down below, by the way, in the description section. You can check out that list. Now, if a license is required, you may need to apply through the Defra, which is the Department of Environmental, Food, and Rural Affairs, also the Port Health Authority, and Animal and Plant Health Agency, known as the APHA. Step number 5, health certificates and other documents. Now, depending on the type of food, you actually may need the following: health certificates, which are issued by the food authority in the exporting country. Catch certificates for seafood, organic certification if you're importing organic food, commercial invoices, shipping documents, or even packing lists. Step number 6, use a customs agent or freight forwarder. Now, this is optional, but of course recommended doing this, and here's why. Importing food can actually get quite complicated. Most importers use a customs broker or a freight forwarder to handle custom declarations, things like the inspections you're going to have, your import value-added tax and duty payments, documentation checks, and this you want to make sure they are familiar with the food import regulations. So if you do find a freight forwarder, make sure that they are aligned with those specific steps. Step number 7, and lastly, prepare for inspection and sampling. Now, imports of high-risk foods must arrive at designated border control posts. These are BCPs. As they're known, your shipment may be actually sampled, inspected, or delayed if the paperwork is missing or incorrect. Now, you must pre-notify authorities via the IPAFFS. That's the Import of Products, Animals, Food, and Feed system for most products of animal origin, and HRFNAO. Now, lastly, next up, step number 8, pay import duties and VAT. Now, you'll likely have to pay the following import VAT, which is usually around 20%. Customs duty varies by product code. The UK trade tariff to find your product code is HS code. Step number 9 is going to be to stay compliant with UK food regulations. Now, once imported, all food must be labeled in English, list allergens, ingredients, and storage instructions, meet the UK food safety standards. You can actually check for Food Safety Standard Agency. I'll have those links down below as well. So to summarize it, step 1, you need to know the type of food you're importing. Step 2, register your food business with your local council. Step 3, get your EORI number. And number 4, check if an import license is actually required. And number 5, get health and catch certificates and paperwork. Step 6, consider hiring a customs broker, which actually might help it a lot easier. It may cost money, but it does expedite and speed up the process. Number 7, register for IPAFFS and pre-notify shipments. And number 8, pay duties and VAT. And finally, number 9, comply with the UK food labeling and safety rules. So if you are looking to import foods and you have to ask yourself, how do I actually get that food import license in the UK? Hopefully this video was helpful. If it does, give me a big thumbs up or ask me any questions that you've got. We'll see what we can do to help. And definitely stay tuned. We've got tons of great information on launching food businesses throughout the UK here on Marketing Food Online UK.